Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Savannah Day, and I wanted to get on here and talk about loving yourself. So the first thing to loving yourself is, first of all, it's extremely hard when you are going through difficult times and you have to ultimately ask yourself, do you love yourself? Because even though a lot of us would say, oh yeah, that's an easy question. Yeah, of course, I do love myself. Who wouldn't say that they love themselves? Everyone would say that they love themselves. But the reality is, you have to really ask yourself, do I love myself? Because when you're asking yourself that, you have to go deep down within. If you're allowing yourself to just go through a lot of things that you know you wouldn't normally put up with, if you're allowing yourself to be mistreated, if you're allowing yourself to just go through so many things with a person or friends or whatever the case may be, you have to ask yourself, do I love myself truly? And loving yourself can be hard when you have been through so much, like hurt and pain and abuse and rejections and stuff like that. So that's why I say it's important to ask yourself, do I love myself? And when you're asking yourself that, you first, if you don't know, first you want to ask God to show you. Ask God to show you how to love yourself. And that's one thing that I had to do. Like, okay, God, show me how I can love myself. That's just the truth, honestly, because there was a period of time where I would go around saying, it was hidden. I would say, yeah, of course I love myself. I didn't want that to be known that I didn't love myself. Who want that to be known that they don't love themselves? So it was a period of time where I had to wake up and smell the coffee and realize, no, deep down inside, I don't like the woman I am. I don't really truly love myself. So I had to ask God to show me how to genuinely love me, for me, the woman that He created me to be, and not anybody else, or not trying to be like the next person, or not whatever labels that somebody else has said and I accepted. So you have to ask God to show you how to love yourself, and He'll do it. Then you want to ask God to pour His love onto you, and He definitely is going to do that too. So you want to ask Him to pour His love. And then, if you're reading the scriptures in the Bible, there's so many scriptures that talks about God's love towards us. And that was another thing that helped me really get the magnitude of like love. Like, okay, like if God loves me this much, then I don't have to settle. I should love myself enough. If God created everything and He's in control of everything, He loves me this much, to the point where He is literally jealous if we don't spend time with Him. Jealous. He wants to spend time with me. Why shouldn't I love? He loved me this much. Like, seriously. Why shouldn't I love me? Like, what is there not to love about me, myself? God loves me this much. So that helps me also, because before, that's why I say like it's important to actually like study. When you study in the Bible, you're pulling out all of these scriptures and you're seeing this for yourself. So during this period, this was something that I seen for myself. Of course, like I heard it, we hear it all the time, but I really needed it during this time. So it meant so much more to me when I needed it. So I was able to take it in a lot better. So then you just have to just start doing more things that, like, what do you like to do? Do you like to walk? Do you like to work out? Do things that you like to do that you didn't do before. Like, say if whatever you did that you love to do that you stopped doing before you felt bad about yourself, whether it be cooking, whether it be dancing, art, whether it be whatever it is. Like, there's so many other things that people do, going to the spa, hanging out with friends, whatever. You have to do things to activate that love too. And then taking out yourself out to eat. I always talk about like that too, like your own self-love, self-care too, because that's extremely important too. So you have to do self-love and self-care as well, because that's going to build your self-esteem up as far as you going back to like loving yourself. So do those things as well. All of that's going to empower you back to loving yourself. And just also speak positive about yourself. Like, you know, if you feel bad, it's normal for us, like a lot of times if we feel bad about ourselves, to just be like, oh, well, I feel bad today, I'm not gonna do anything, or I'm just in a rut, I'm just gonna lay around here and not do nothing. Like, just instead of speaking that, just even if you feel bad, because it's extremely hard to get motivated. But what I found out is, like, once you, even if you don't feel motivated, but once you start to get moving and do something positive, you will start feeling better. So just do something, even if it's like treating yourself, like every time you get paid. You know, I know bills are due and, you know, people got kids and stuff like that, but even if it's $10, $20, whatever you could afford, take a certain amount out and do something nice for yourself. And just continue that process of self-love, self-care. Or once a month, once every 2 months, just do something else. Do something for yourself, because that will help too. And then you speak positive for yourself. Speak affirmations and just say, well, okay, well, I love me. God loves me. I love myself. Today's going to be a good day. Just start speaking positive over yourself. So this is what helped me start loving myself more and enjoying like my life during like my most broken times and broken season, and then not getting to the place where I felt like I even really needed people around, because as I said, like in other videos, God put me in a place to where I was in my wilderness season by myself with nobody. So I had literally had to pull all of this out. He had me draw all of this out and had me just start back from the bottom. So, and he taught me how to do it. So it's not really about a person, like, so I don't have a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or I don't have friends around. You don't need that. I mean, if you have it, that's fine. But it's loving yourself is about you, because no matter who else is around, if you don't love yourself, the room is still gonna be quiet because you don't love yourself. It could be a million people in the room, and if you don't love yourself, what does that do for you? So ultimately, it's really about you loving yourself and finding a validation within you. So hopefully this helps someone, and have a blessed day. Bye.